British talent nominated. Among those nominated for Best Actor is Eddie Redmayne, and we've got him on the phone now. Eddie, congratulations on your nomination for Best Actor in The Theory of Everything. How are you feeling?
Gosh, I'm feeling pretty good. It's an amazing thing. It's crack of dawn here in Los Angeles, and I was in the middle of a deep dark sleep, and suddenly there was a rap on the door, and I stumbled to the door, and it was my manager there with a team of people on the phone screaming. So and which was very exciting. But I'm just trying to come to terms with it all. I've gone from sort of 0 to 100 miles an hour in the space of about 4 minutes. So it's extraordinary.
That's the thing, as an actor growing up, I mean, even those of us who aren't in the acting profession, we've all done it in front of the mirror with a pretend award, with this acceptance speech. The Oscar nomination and the Oscar award, I know your co-star Felicity Jones says awards are just an add-on, but in terms of an add-on, it's not bad, isn't it? Is it? It's the pinnacle for an actor or actress.
Oh, it's sort of beyond dreams, really. I was one of those kids that used to stay up in England and watch it at whatever hour in the morning it was played at sort of 4 and 5 in the morning, and so it's completely being here in Los Angeles and being a part of the conversation is just really beyond anything I'd ever imagined. So I'm a thrilled and lucky man.
Well, you're up against fellow Brit Benedict Cumberbatch, who's been nominated for The Imitation Game, and I know the two of you are friends. Have you spoken to him yet? How's the rivalry going to be in the build-up to the big night?
I've got a text message from him. I have. We texted each other with. There were a lot of exclamation marks used, but I was so excited.
And I'm sure some words you probably can't repeat on TV. But tell us about the intense physical transformation you had to go through to take on this role and become Stephen Hawking, somebody who's so familiar to people across the globe.
Well, you know, as you can imagine, if our job as actors is to tell interesting stories about interesting people, they don't come as extraordinary as Stephen and Jane's story. And when we were cast, or when I was cast, for me the most important thing first was to educate myself on the disease. So I went to a neurology clinic in London and met with a specialist there who introduced me to people suffering from motor neuron disease, and they were so generous and kind. It was an extraordinary eye opener for me. So yeah, that's how I sort of went about it.
I understand that it was so grueling that you had to have a lot of physiotherapy as well, just for the thing you put your body through in taking on this role.
Yeah, because when you're doing takes on film, you do sort of take after take. So there were some quite extreme positions, and occasionally, yeah, there was a very brilliant osteopath and a man named Dan who was incredibly helpful. But you were always, however, at moments it was uncomfortable, but you were always constantly aware of the fact that at the end of the day, you could get up out of the chair, and many of the people who I met in preparing for the film could. So you were sort of constantly reminded also of how lucky you were.
And how much interaction have you had with Stephen Hawking in the lead up to the film, the making of the film, and now all the award buzz that's being generated around this film and around your performance? Oh,
you know, I got to meet him before we started filming. We got to meet Jane and the Hawking family, and they have been incredibly generous. It's a real. It must be a scary prospect allowing people to tell your story, but they have been so lovely to us. And Stephen he's just the most brilliant, funny, sort of passionate man, let alone extraordinary mind. So that's been one of the great privileges for me, is getting to spend time with them.